that they had an agenda to sway young male voters into being radicalized through disinformation campaigns. This is all out there at this point. Part of the gender divide here right now, is because folks like Tim Pool and others who once said that they were Bernie Sanders supporters, who I worked for, were suddenly pulling people away and pulling young men away and radicalizing them.
In this video, Tim Pool yet again joins the panel on Piers Morgan Uncensored. With Tim Pool on the panel is, surprise, surprise, some left-wing crazy lady who, also not shockingly, makes some wild claims. With that, let's watch Tim Pool shut down this woke woman's talking points with facts and logic.
Access and the right to choose, but also it shows that the Republican Party and Donald Trump have had an agenda, not only through cutting off clinics, funding to clinics across the country, attacks on IVF, not only with their online agenda, like Tim Pool here, who was funded by the Russians, let's not forget, that they had an agenda to sway young male voters into being radicalized through disinformation campaigns. This is all out there at this point. Part of the gender divide here right now, is because folks like Tim Pool and others who once said that they were Bernie Sanders supporters, who I worked for, were suddenly pulling people away and pulling young men away and radicalizing them. So I think we have a problem with young men right now, and that they don't respect women, as you're seeing with Vinny. They don't respect facts. They don't read newspapers. They don't understand polls. They don't understand misogyny. They don't understand people of color. And they don't understand that that immigration bill was blocked.
And you know what,
by Donald Trump and his Republicans.
Namiki, I'll come to Tim for a response, but Namiki, what you may not understand is it's precisely that attitude towards younger men that is driving them to Donald Trump. And I think the election in the end will not be won with women, it will be won with men. And interestingly, increasing numbers of Black American men and Latino American men. So Tim Pool,
I just challenge?
What in the hell have we walked into here? Good Lord. This woman's voice, she is like a caricature of wokeness. I think she hit every woke term on my bingo card in a minute and a half. Men don't understand people of color. Men don't understand misogyny. What an annoying harpy. She's obsessed with Tim Pool, just taking pot shots at him with the whole Russia money thing and saying that he used to like people like Bernie Sanders, but now he's pulling men towards Donald Trump with a huge misinformation campaign. I'm not even going to address that because I've talked about it so many times. I'm sure the audience is tired of hearing it. But if there's a party that wades in the misinformation waters, I think we know which one it is. Or if I am currently being captured by misinformation for the last 10 years of my life, then I guess you wouldn't know if you're captured by a misinformation campaign. Oh, and don't forget, she brought up the stupid, quote unquote, bipartisan border bill that Donald Trump reportedly killed. Man, she's literally hitting every Democrat talking point possible. And this is obviously an older clip, but how funny is this that everyone kept saying women are going to be the difference, women are going to be the difference. And I think it ultimately was men. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
That for a second.
You can challenge it.
Men don't turn out at the same rates as women. It's really important. Women have a higher rate of turnout, they're more reliable voters, and young women are more left than they've ever been because of a lot of the online hate that they're seeing. So while Tim Pool might not like this, the majority of men actually do respect women and do like to talk to them. And I think, is there misogyny? Sure.
Why would Tim Pool not like people to respect women? What's he said that makes you think that?
What did I say to this lady?
I watched his commentary in response to the Kamala. This lady, I have a name, Tim. I've called you your name. You can call me my name. My name is Nomiki Konst. I'm well known. I'm on the internet. You've commented about me before as this lady. So, Tim, I saw your commentary about the manliness ad, and you said that that wasn't manly. That I don't think that men should be looking to other men to see what's manly. I mean, most heterosexual men want to persuade women because it's part of their, it's how they live, right? Tim Pool, I'm just questioning why you're defining masculinity.
All right, let Tim Pool. Okay,
we're the ones.
Well, it's interesting that you think you should be able to define masculinity, but he can't. Tim Pool, your response?
I'm I don't know why this lady keeps saying my name. I didn't say anything to her. I think I started this off by saying I agree with the left position that there is an inherent sexism problem in this country. That actually, I'm hearing this from some of the reporters that we have on the street, that there are young men, when asked why they wouldn't support Kamala Harris, they give no reason other than she's just a woman. So I certainly understand why the Harris campaign, Tim Walz.
If you like watching videos like this one, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
And Harris and their supporters are making videos trying to tell men, you know, here's how you can be masculine. So in particular, there's a couple ads. There's the white dude for Harris ad, and then there was another one that was put out, I believe it was by supporters, not the campaign officially, and a Tim Walz ad that were similar. And they're doing these things where they say, like, you know, I can fix a carburetor and I'm not scared of women. These things don't say anything to men. Now, we believe, I should say the commentary we had on this is that they were female-coded advertisements likely written by women for men. I think if you look at the trends that guys follow in terms of media, they're looking at action movies. It's rather stereotypical, but there is a lowest common denominator here. So I don't think you are convincing men to vote for women by making commercials where you say, here's how men should act. I don't think you need those arguments for men. I think if there's a struggle with men, I wonder if the issue is not that it's a point of convincing these men, but that you actually just have guys who are sexist. And how you overcome that's a challenge I don't quite know. But I think when we criticize and mock, say, a cringe commercial, it's because it's certainly not the way to do it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, it depends on who you're trying to target. I mean, if you're trying to target Tim Pool viewers, yeah, probably not. I mean, the far right, I don't think Kamala Harris or any Democrat was ever going to win over. But there are plenty of men who may need permission.
What do you mean a Tim Pool viewer?
Well, I mean, you have an audience, and the audience is far right, and over
somebody who thinks
90% male.
So you're saying that you think my audience that agrees with me that there's inherent sexism in this country and racism, and that creates a barrier for Kamala Harris, those are the viewers you're talking about?
No, I'm saying that.
This woman talking has taken up about 80% of this entire clip we've watched. She's either insanely dumb or she's just flat out lying and has an incentive to be talking like this. I mean, literally, this woman is laughable. I think whoever that stupid masculine ad was targeting, Tim makes a great point. It probably was made by women. They are telling you how they think men should act. Prior to that, this chick said, well, who is Tim Pool to tell men what's masculine? It's like, what are you talking about? Who is a group of marketing women for Kamala Harris to tell men what's masculine? Are you serious? It's so funny. When she was talking and kept saying Tim's name, he looks genuinely confused. Is it just me? Let me know in the comments. Does she seem desperate to me? Actually, I don't think you have to even let me know. I think I know the answer. Does she seem desperate to you? Like she's trying to gain relevance by starting beef with Tim or something? And I mean, I hate the word cringe, but it's the only way to describe what she said when she said, Tim, I use your name. You can use my name. I'm very well known. Oh my God. That's something I've never heard someone like with a big following say. I'm no political expert, but you know, I pay attention to this stuff. I've never heard of her in my life. And then Tim, by as confused as he looked, doesn't seem like he's ever heard of her in his life either. You're not that well known, sweetheart. This is really just comedy. I don't even know what to say about this. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
The folks who listen to your show are not the target audience of these ads. There are plenty of men out there who may not have really understood when they kept asking things like, where is Kamala Harris's plan, even though she said it over and over and over again on the campaign trail. They're using excuses and not understanding that the underlying issue there might be misogyny.
Hang on. Kamala Harris, with the best will in the world, she doesn't have a big plan for what she's going to do. She never thought she'd have to have one. She gets parachuted in this weird coronation, a completely undemocratic process, by the way, which I don't think served her or the Democrats very well, and I suspect will come back and haunt them at the election. But the truth is that Kamala Harris doesn't seem to have a proper plan. Her plan is to hammer Trump, and that's fine. But I don't think that, unlike in 2020, when Biden hid in the basement and did that quite successfully, I don't think just being anti-Trump is enough. Americans are looking.
There should be compilation videos of idiots like this woman reacting to their appearances on shows like this before the election and having to react to how bad their predictions were and how out of touch their takes were. That's my dream. But of course it will never happen. These people just pretend like they never said all this dumb stuff and then get to move on and keep running their mouths on some other channel or network. But we want to hear from you. What did you think of this ridiculous conversation on Piers Morgan between Tim Pool and this insane woman? Let us know. Anyway, as always, really appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next one.